wanna say to me now? I wanna wake up with you in my...
Well, howdy guys. Welcome back to yet another amazing, over enthusiastic, hyper informative watch review on this super duper black and white looking rainbow watch, aka the Pagani Daytona Homage. Alright, so let's get to basic info. Brand is Pagani Design, model is PD-1653. It is inspired by the Rolex Daytona. We'll just use this reference number, 116520 P Series 2000. Movement is HZ2196G. Style, fashion casual, chronograph style. Water resistance, for my French folks out there, is 10 bar or 100 meters. Weight is 145 grams. Case dimensions: width is 40 millimeters. Width with crown is 45 millimeters. Thickness is 12 millimeters, and lug to lug is 47.3 millimeters. Now let's get to bracelets info. Lug width is 20 millimeters. Bracelet length is 22 centimeters. Class, it's a fold-over safety class with a Pagani Design logo on it or engraved in it. Color for the finish of this bracelet is a polished and brushed. Material is 316L stainless steel. Links, it's a 3-link with screw pins. Dial info: the display is analog. The logo is Pagani Design and automatic. The case shape is round. The crystal is a sapphire crystal. The case back is a clear display mineral crystal, and it has a little design, like a little web design. The material is 316L stainless steel. Marker type is round. Crown is screw down. And I guess the features: there's a moon phase, skeleton, dial with rainbow stones for the bezel. So I guess that is the unique characteristics for this specific watch. Alright, movement. I'm gonna probably butcher this name, but I'll try. The manufacturer is Hangzhou. The country is China. The type is an automatic. The model number or name is HZ2196G. Hacking, no. Power reserve, not available. Joules 20. Accuracy, not available. BPH 21,600 or 3 hertz. Thickness 5.9 millimeters. And diameter 27.4 millimeters. Alright, as far as the functions for the buttons or the crowns, the top crown is going to be for the 9 o'clock position sub-dial, which is the day of the week. So there's obviously 7 choices. Yes, we have 7 days of the week. The center is going to be for the time, and that's going to control that central seconds hand that you see sweeping. And the bottom crown or dial or button crown is going to be for the 3 o'clock position sub-dial, which is the day of the month, or the date. I'm sorry, that will be the date. And the sub-dial at the 6 o'clock, that is the 24-hour span of the day. So most chronographs, the central hand that is the seconds for this watch is the actual chronograph hand. So that's what you do to time, like your laps or whatever. Usually for most chronographs, you would have to usually use the top crown or button to start and stop the chronograph hand. God, I cannot talk today. And usually the bottom crown would be to reset. You know, it just depends. I mean, chronographs can be different depending on the manufacturer, but usually most chronographs I've seen, that's how they function. So this is not really a chronograph. It just looks like a chronograph. Personally, in my opinion, I like the giant second hand or the central seconds hand, as opposed to most chronographs, which would have it in one of the sub dials. But hey, that's my opinion though. So I really love this watch just because of the little colorful rhinestones. You know, it's not really my style most days, just because it is kind of loud depending on the lighting. But it's a fun, quirky watch. And, you know, hey, controversial as it is, but John Mayer, I grew up listening to him. He's one of my favorite artists. And, you know, he did pretty good with marketing with his Rolex Daytona. Now, obviously, I don't have that $500,000 watch, but you know, hey, the next best thing, and it's automatic, you know, $120 or so. So I got this. Plus, it's a skeleton. I love skeleton dials. You know, whether that's cheesy to some people, if that's the affliction or the Ed Hardy of the watch world, then so be it. But you know what? I'm a sucker for skeleton dials. So, you know, you add those two together, those two characteristics, and boom, automatically sold. Now, as far as the options, Pagani Design, when they first released this Rainbow Daytona Homage, they released a black and white dial with a date window between, I want to say, the 4 and the 5. And it was a quartz movement. And then this is the third edition from Pagani Design, and this is the skeleton with the automatic movement. Now there's a fourth one which has a kind of like a mother of pearl dial and a black option as well, and that has an automatic movement. I believe it may be slightly different than this movement, but the major difference is where the case or where the lugs are, you'll have stones there. You'll have like clear stones, which is more accurate to the original Daytona, that new model from Pagani Design. But to me, I don't know what it is, but I don't really care for the clear stones. I'd rather have the colorful stones. And I don't know. I just don't know what it is about that. You know, weird that I can like a pink stone over a clear stone, unless it's an actual diamond. It's like, yeah. But, you know, you can kind of tell with this watch, this is like a novelty kind of fun watch, you know, with the color stone. So I'm not trying to walk around saying, hey, look at this, you know, I've got actual gemstones or whatever. But just an FYI, so there's 4 different versions that Pagani Design has of this watch. As far as other manufacturers that do Rainbow Daytona homages, I believe there's another one. I'm not 100% sure, but mostly it's just Pagani Design from what I've seen. And they've been releasing more Daytona homages, like they have the Paul Newman now, which is pretty cool, because Alpha used to have a homage, but those have skyrocketed in price like everything else. And I've actually, you know, acquired one a few years ago, and it's just been kind of in storage, so I need to do a review of that in the future. But I only wore that a few times, and now that watch is like tripled in value almost. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah, Pagani, they have another, you know, Daytona homage that I just saw actually today. It's like a brown or root beer dial, which I thought was pretty cool. So hey, I may look into that one day. But anyway, guys, so that's the rundown on this watch. You know, hopefully you enjoyed this review. I only have a few more watches left in my arsenal before I pretty much have done a full cycle. So more watches will be ordered soon. But hopefully you enjoyed this review, and You know, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Share this. Let's get me to 300 subscribers. You know what? By the end of, I'll be optimistic and say by the end of February or maybe mid-March. You know. But anyway, guys, off to the next one, as they say in France. And they do not say that in France.